Okay guys, well, welcome you back to our channel, Bearded Lumber. My name's Eric. I want to thank you again for tuning in. We've been out of the mill for a few days, been working on other projects, but we gotta get back to sawing today. I don't know if you can see them right over my shoulder. Two of my grandkids walked down the hill to say hi this morning. You can't beat that. But I can see Taylor and Haley up there, but we're gonna get to work. We'll go here and show you what we got today. Got a pile of pine logs I got to dig through. Customers looking for specific grain in Virginia pine, yellow pine. Went through here and marked a couple of them the other day that he liked. With a little bit of paint. I got to pick out a few more. Don't know if you can see the grain. See how much tighter it is. It's a good tight grain versus a log like this where the grain is a lot larger. He's wanting tight grain stuff such as this. You know, this grain is 1/16 of an inch or less per year. This log growed real slow. It growed in the woods. And it don't have to be big. This is not a huge log. You know, it barely clear out a 6x6, but it has good grain structure. Same here. Here's another one. And these are going to be sawn. One, like I say, 1x6s, 1x8s. And we'll sticker stack them, let them air dry a little bit, and then we'll run them through a kiln. And he'll take them home, and he's going to turn them into heart pine flooring. So it ended up somebody's home one day. Be a beautiful product. So you can see our kiln building is progressing. Hopefully month and a half we'll be done. Had to get on the list for the spray foam guy. You know, they're busy. Gotta get work done when you can. Much as I hate time lapse, we're gonna set you up on one here while I dig through these logs, and then we'll get to the mill and get started working.
As you can see, we got all those yellow pine logs separated out from the bad ones. Each one of these logs is somewhere around 12 to 14 feet long. The customer only really needs about 8 feet of it. As you're going to see here in just a second, we're going to pick up these logs and take them over towards the big tractor and start sawing them down to 8 feet to try to make the best 8-footers that we can out of them, and try and get all the waste in the box so we don't have to pick it up again.
Okay, as you can see behind me, we've got our WoodMizer LT35. It's in travel mode. We're gonna set it back up. Now, I'm sure you guys that had mills, you've set up your mill hundreds of times. What's different here is I'm setting up on concrete, and we run on concrete all the time. And WoodMizer don't recommend it, okay? These legs, if you just drop them down to where it's level, there's not enough weight on the legs. It's still sitting on the axles. So what we've done for here, we got little square 5/8" pieces of plywood that we'll stick out of the leg, and that adds a little more weight to the chassis. It takes a little bit of weight off the axle. So just bear that in mind. If you set your mill up on concrete, it's probably not going to set like you're used to. But this will fix that problem. So got my level out here. First thing I want to do, a WoodMizer sawmill. The more level you get in this plane, the better it is. I've done a lot of mobile milling, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes you can't set your mill up level. I would prefer to have my mill running downhill. It actually works pretty good because you have gravity assist as you're sawing. So if I can't be level out in the grass somewhere, I'd rather be pointed downhill. But the horizontal plane this way, it really don't matter. You can saw with it level this way or up this way. And I'm the same way if I'm mobile milling. I prefer if the load side is up just a little bit to where when a log gets rolled up or loaded, it will naturally roll towards the log dogs on the other side. But anyway, I'm setting just a little high, so I'm going to drop the front 1 notch. There we go. Took a lot of weight. It's hard to get that last leg with the mill in the way. While I'm back here, I'll remember to go ahead and drop our travel pin.
So for our particular setup here, we have our dust collection system. We got to get that pushed back in now.
Back here, I'm going to hand this blade off. I think it is 4 degrees. I thought it was last one. What it is. Oh, it should be turbo 7. Yeah. Dull though.
So the way that we hold our vacuum system on, we added this post in, and we had pipe clamps on both. We just got one here, and then we're actually just using a zip tie to hold it on up there. And so far it seems to be working. Now we gotta get the head of the mill out of the way so we can get the rest of it dropped down. So, one of the last things you gotta do is get the lift arms down out of their travel position. Hang on, let me show them where it's attached at. So whenever you actually put the LT35 in travel mode, it's got a chain that hooks onto the log roller to hold your lift arms up. Take it out, all you gotta do is unhook the chain and drop them down. And you're ready to start milling now.
Okay folks, we got everything set up now. We got a brand new, well, it's a Reshark Turbo 7. I went ahead and tensioned the blade with our strain gauge. And I'd like to give a shout out to Joe Whitley from WoodMizer of the Carolinas. If you're in North South Carolina and need help, check out Joe Whitley. He's been a great help to me. Okay, remember our goal for these logs is clear, clean, 1x6s, 1x8s, no bark. fast enough at riding the mill. I might get to liking that too much, but we're gonna get to it. We'll see when we get done with it. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Okay, guys. It's lunchtime. Matthew and I are burning up. We're gonna stop for a little bit, get a bite to lunch. What I'm setting on here is 11 layers of 1x6s and 1x8s. You guys out there sawmilling, I know everybody's got one of these. If you don't have a board foot calculator app on your phone, get one. You'll never go wrong with it. I'm gonna quickly add this up for you. So we got 1 inch thick, 40 inch wide layers, and we got 11 of those.
They're 8 feet.
And 8 feet long. That's 293.33 board feet. Just that easy. Saves you a lot of effort. People call wanting to know prices on something, you can figure it out quickly. So, like I say, if you don't have a board foot calculator app, go to the Google store and get you one. When I was sawing this, if you were paying attention, you notice I'd flip the log, get it all kind of square, and then I'd take a little thin cut, turn it, take a little thin cut. Reason being, we're trying to cut number 1 grade stuff. I don't want any variation in the blade. Wasn't worried about the blade. Blade was cut perfect, but every log behaves a little different. You cut it, you roll it over, and you cut it. And when you roll it back over again, that log can have a little bow in it, a little tension. That's why I'm leaving that 1/4 to 1/2 inch cut to clear that side, so that we get it to the correct width. When we're cutting it, we don't have thicks and thins. Just one of those tips. And if you're not sawing at a number 1 grade, then you can probably not worry about it too much. But for this, we're wanting them, within a 1/16, but I prefer within a 32nd for what the guy's going to do with them. The wood itself, it's not as good a grade as I would like, but it does have some blue staining in it. And the guy that we're cutting this for, he said he loves that blue staining. He says he can charge extra for it, so it's a win-win. Okay, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, welcome back to the mill this morning. We got 1 stack finished, getting ready to move it out, but we need something to set it on in our new building over here, so we're going to cut up some 45 inch 8x8s to set it down on, and we'll get cutting another stack. That's asking a lot out of our Milwaukee chainsaw, but I didn't want to crank the other one just for a couple cuts. Continuously impressed on how good this little saw does.
Is it right on top of the bar, or are you good?
It's not designed to cut 8x8s, but it will if you just take your time. Okay, guys, our building's nowhere near done, but this is what we built it for, is to put lumber in that's going to have to go in the kiln. So I'll get a shovel, Matthew. We're gonna go ahead and start stacking some lumber here, ready for the kiln as soon as we get it up running. Okay, guys, we got our 8x8s lined up. Here comes Matthew with the first stack of boards and lumber for a new building. A little tight right now with all these logs in the way, but they're gonna disappear. Okay guys, we finished up the second stack. Getting ready to get it out of here, take it over to the kiln building for storage. Got 14 layers of 1x6s, 1x8s. They're equal 40 inches per layer. Makes the math real easy. 373.334 feet. Now here's something I started doing on mine. When you cut a stack every now and then, it's no big deal, but when you're cutting as much as we are, I can't keep it all in my brain. It's just too much. I find I sleep better at night. I take a little piece of wood, write down the information on it, who it belongs to, board feet, day we sawed it, and I can just forget about it then. So maybe something you want to look at doing yourselves. You stacking up a bunch of wood, you just put a little tag on there and go over the line. Let's get this out of here. We're ready for it. Let's go. Okay guys, the cribbing I'm using here is just some old 3.5 by 3.5 poplar that we sawed up some time back. It's just handy to have stuff set around to do it with. Okay guys, thanks for staying tuned in here. We finished up these 3 stacks of pine boards. It's been a couple days. This is real life. Somehow I messed up the outro on the video, so we're going to film it again. But we were shooting for a little over 1,000 feet of 1x6s, 1x8s, and heart pine for pine flooring. There's a few boards I wasn't happy with, so we went a little over. I think there's about 1,150 board feet there. I gave him some extra, and I told him that. He said, "I owe you." I said, "No." I said, "There's some boards that wasn't the greatest quality." I said, "But I made up for it. Gives you something to pick and choose from." So don't ever forget to make sure you give your customers more than they were expecting, and they'll be good customers and they'll come back. And we really appreciate you watching our channel. We've been just growing by leaps and bounds every day, and Matthew and I both just can't tell you how much we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you back at the mill.